Hi everyone, it's Pam with Silver and Sparkles, and we are here today for our weekly library card challenge. So this is the one where I alter a library card and see what I can make. And these are ones that I've made past weeks, and I love, to pull them out and enjoy looking at them. I've kept them somewhat in order. What is going on? Oh, that one hooked onto. They like to get cozy and friendly in here. So today I'm doing something a little different, but don't forget, if you do play along, use that hashtag weekly library card. You don't have to alter a library card. You can do an index card, piece of cardstock, whatever you happen to have. But if you want some library cards, there is a freebie on my Buy Me a Coffee, and it'll be linked for you in the video description. So you can go grab those and print them off and cut them out and play with library cards. But again, not necessary if you would rather just, you use what you have, an index card or something. Okay, so, and one thing, these were gifted to me by a very sweet friend, and her name is Charlene, and she got into these vintage library cards, I think at a garage sale or an estate sale, and she sent me a portion of them. And one of the things that came with them, and I believe I have one of these scanned for you guys in the library card freebie. I have to double check, but it's just a piece of pretty heavy duty like chipboard that was some of the dividers in the card catalog, right? So today I'm actually going to use 2 of those, but again, you can just cut a piece of cardstock. It's the same width, and then just kind of has that tab shaped 1/4 of an inch at the top. Anyway, because we are going to make a little mini kind of flip book. And a couple of things that I thought would be fun is I think it was on Instagram, it may have been Pinterest, one of those funny things where you figure out your superhero name, and it was one for crafting, but I decided to make my own and with my own options. So I will post this in probably on Instagram and Facebook, but also on my YouTube community tab, so you guys can go figure out your superhero crafting name. But it's where you pick the first letter of your first name, and then you can put your favorite craft or pick one if it's not listed, your favorite, and then your birth month power. So I'm Pam, so I'm the amazing, and I decided to do junk journaling glitter beam. So I wrote on the front of mine, the amazing junk journaling glitter beam. And I just thought it was fun. So that's our prompt for today, is your craft superhero name. But again, you can do whatever you would like. I thought it was cute and fun. So the other thing is, wherever I post this, please jump in and put your superhero name. That would be so fun to see everybody's. Okay. Now, the other thing that I did for these is I used some affirmation cards, encouragement cards, that is a new kit in my Etsy shop. And I introduced this kit during my live last week, but only a few people are able to join me, so I thought I would use them here and make this little flip book for myself. So I think it's a total of 6 pages. 4 of them have a variety of affirmations and like botanical floral cards. And then there are a couple of pages that have blank cards. So I think there's 6 in total. Some of these may be test prints. I don't know. And it may be 3 and 3. No, 4. I'm sorry, I didn't print a new set. And this is only the 2nd time I'm playing with them. So go look at that. I will link that for you in the video description and everything, so you guys can do that. So the ones I chose for my little flip book: be kind to the person you're becoming. And I stamped the date wrong, so I stamped it again here. 10th of November. I honor my voice. Breathe, you are becoming. And then I decided to put 2 of the blank ones to write other things. I can write on the back for journaling. And then on the back cover, I just decided to add a cute little pocket. So this is for me, and I will enjoy looking at it and remembering I'm the amazing junk journaling glitter beam. So I thought on camera, I'm going to make one very similar, but I am going to make it for my daughter, Sarah, and give it to her later as a gift. So that's what we're going to do. And I may make one for my other daughters later as well, because again, this will be a fun stocking stuffer for them. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pick, get my 2 card dividers. And I did 5 cards in the first one. I think that worked well. So I'm going to do that. You can always add more because I just used a ribbon to tie it together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'll show you then how I did that. I think I'm going to decorate the cover before I punch the hole and do the ribbon. So for Sarah, I'm going to pick one of these blank cards, and I used my ruler, I used my tear ruler, and I used my pinking shears for the one I made. So we will probably do a whole variety as we go. I didn't cut them out ahead of time. I wanted to do it with you guys and chat some. Okay. So I have this gold pen. It's a Uniball Signo, and I have it, I've shown them to you before, I think. Gold, silver, not sure. There was, I think, a white one, yeah. So that's what I decided to write our superhero name on. Now, Sarah is a photographer. She actually went to art school, and she's a very talented artist. And I didn't put that on the list because I don't really consider that a crafter. I consider her, she's a professional. But I am going to put photography or something in here. We'll see. All right, so she's the sparkling, which is cute since she's my daughter. The sparkling photography, and she was born in January, wizard. Okay, so the sparkling how do you spell photography? This is fun. P-H-O-T-O, photography. Got it. I had to not think about it. Wizard. I'm going to draw her a little heart. Okay. Let's see real quick. Emily would be the enchanted. She really loves to paint. Painting. The enchanted painting magician. She's born in September. And Julie, let's see, what would Julie be? The joyful. Julie likes lots of crafts. She crochets, and she knits, and she paints, and she draws. Let's call her the joyful drawing torpedo because she was born in July. That's funny. Let's see. Daniel would be the dazzling. I don't know what his craft is. The crafting, we'll just make him mixed media enchantress. I love that. Okay, that's enough for now. That was fun. Okay, the sparkling photography wizard. I hope you guys have fun finding yours. Now, I am using this washi tape. It's one of my favorite sets. It's the vintage one, vintage style from IB. And on my prototype, I did a little bit of sheet music and washi tape. I think on this one, I'm just going to do a variety of washi tape. So I might even pick to start with one of these wider ones. Yeah, let's go with this one. Get a little glitter going. And on the back of it, I actually did wide washi tape. So we'll do that just to show you how that worked, because that was fun and super easy. So I just let it wrap around like that. And I'm gonna want to put this here. So we'll put something here. I think I liked this one. It has the words. Now let me show you how I did that. But I think I'd like it to come over the card just a little bit, which is, you know, different than what I did before, which is okay. They don't have to be the same, and you can decorate yours however you want. And if you don't want to figure out how to do like a little tabbed top, just do a card, you know, use one of your library cards for the cover, or maybe do a cardstock or a piece of scrap paper of a different color. Maybe cut just a slightly longer or something, you know, lots of choices. Okay. I'm going to put it here. And again, I am going to wrap it around, and then I'm going to cut it. So now I'm just going to cut it into the little shape of the tab top. It's a little hard to see, but I can figure it out. There we go. Yeah, why not? Sometimes it's fun to just play with your supplies. Okay, this one's for Sarah. All right, so on here, what I did for the prototype is I intentionally tore it, and we'll do that again. Let's put, I'm gonna have it, I'm trying to decide which way I want my print to go. Sometimes, as with all tape, I guess since it wrapped and those little pieces, sometimes as with all tape, I end up having trouble finding the edge. Okay. Oh, that's cute. It says, it's not Julie, Julie, but it's Juille. But if you just glance at it, it looks like Julie. I should find a little piece of that when it comes back up again and make something for her with it. Okay, so I'm going to pick one of these wide ones. I don't know which one I used last time, but it doesn't really matter. And I am going to get it approximately the right width. And again, I intentionally tore it, not very well, but we'll see what happens. Okay. I just thought it was interesting, and it could have been a touch longer to have this, I don't know, like the tear. See how you can kind of see the green through there? I just thought it looked interesting. And then I'll just trim it off. Just like that. Okay. So, doing some different things. I'm going to leave the green like that. I think that looks good on the edge. But if you didn't want to, you could grab another washi or even one of these super skinny ones. That would be cute. Oh, look, here's one. It's different, but it's sort of like that. I said I was going to leave it, but why not? Let's add just a touch more. Again, because we can. All right. And again, this is one of those things that I have this lovely, wonderful, large supply of washi tape, and I just need and want to start remembering to use it. I even have a video from a while back, ideas to use up and to use washi tape. That's pretty with the green behind it. Okay, so this is going to be the cover. So I just stacked them together with the library cards come to the bottom, and not this way, I guess, where you'd see the corners, okay? So down here, and then I used my big crocodile. Now, if you don't have a crocodile, you can just punch 1 or 2, whatever your tool will punch through. You know, just mark it, line them up. But this one will punch through all of those layers at once. So there we go. Easy peasy. And then I'm going to select a piece of Sari silk. I think I'm going to go with this green. Sarah loves greens. Like I said, I think these are going to be fun stocking stuffers for my kids, or at least the girls. I don't know. I just don't know how much the boys would want this, but they might. I think it would be fun, and I could print out the little chart so they could see how I came up with their superhero names. If you have, you know, kids that like to do crafts or artsy or something. And again, you can pick anything. If they're not, you can pick something else instead of a craft, right? For a superhero. It could be baseball player or dancer or whatever. Okay. And this happens to me every time. And I'm like, what should I use to help poke my ribbon through? I'm going to use these scissors. Okay. And I did this one where I just did a little loop like that and then loose. I was thinking I might try, I'll probably do the same, but I was thinking I might do something different, but maybe like that. That looks different. This one I tied, you know, once and then twice, and this one I just kind of looped. I do like leaving the loop at least somewhat big because it makes it much easier to open them. I got kind of close to the top of those cards, but they're working just fine. Okay, now I can go through and choose some of the encouragement cards or the affirmation cards for Sarah. So, I definitely want to use this one for her. You are art in progress, still beautiful, still becoming. Now, I know I have to cut these a little smaller than how they print, or you could print them a little smaller, you know, a smaller percentage, but I'm just cutting mine. And I'm not worrying if they're perfect. I'm just using my pinking shears. You could tear these, you could cut them straight. Now, a couple of mine I left a little bit longer, and I actually liked that, so we might hang these off a touch. And I am going to add some ink. I have not inked the actual library cards. I did on the other ones. But again, that's something that can happen as I go or later. Love it. All right, so I'm going to glue it down, and then I am going to include a touch of washi tape. All right, so I'm just letting it hang off just a touch, just to make it look different. And then I think this one that has a little bit of the peach and stuff. It has words you can actually read. I don't know. I hide the rose behind me and always look forward to meeting you. Let's go build endless memories. All right, I'm not going to worry about what it says. I kind of just wanted this portion, honestly. And I put them in different spots on the other one, just wherever I felt like it. Put that on my piece of scrap paper. Okay. So again, it's easy. Now, if you don't have cards, that's okay. Again, you can just write whatever you want. So if you like these quotes, you could write those, you know, these words, you could write those down. If you, you know, want to put scriptures, just always, you just really anything that you want. Okay. All right. I know I'm going to use You Are Enough, You Always Were. But I'm not sure what else. I like this one too. You don't have to earn your worth. You only have to remember it. And I think that's really important for young women these days, you know. All of us. I mean, our age too. But again, just thinking about, you know, and it was that way when I was figuring out my life and my career. But, you know, just the pressure and feeling like you're always competing and, you know, struggling, that kind of thing. So maybe that one. And then, let's see. This is the one, your worth isn't measured by productivity. It's measured by your heart. I think I'm going to, which design? The flowers have different designs, but I'm going to do 3 different ones. So we'll save this one for somebody else. You're enough. Stand tall in your own light. It was made just for you. I'm going to do that one for her as well. I have 3 pairs of scissors sitting here on my desk. I know they're probably off camera. One is the pinky shears. One pair is my ribbon scissors. And then one pair is just my regular paper scissors. I picked up, you know, I had a chance, a 1 in 3 chance of getting it right. I picked up the other 2. All right. And then I'm going to put some of the blank ones on there for her to write in her own things. Okay. And you can layer, collage. We could, oh, and I think in my doodad folder, I have like a little image of a camera. I don't know if we're going to be able to find it, but I'm going to look for it. Because that was the other thing I thought of when I was thinking I was going to make one for Sarah, is that I could put the camera on there. So let me get these 2. I don't want to forget. If you're still watching and with me, thank you. And if you haven't already, if you can give the video a thumbs up and drop me a comment, I would love that. It helps my channel, and it also lets me know you're out there, and I just enjoy it. So thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Okay, let's do, I kind of want to use these. I thought they would be pretty there. Here, I've got an idea. We'll even like kind of do it on the corner like that. Maybe one little piece down here too, even though it's hanging off. It goes really well with these flowers, I think. All right, I'm going to trim it, and I'm going to see if I can line up my pinking shears. There we go. Get it out of there. All right. And then let me pick one for here. Maybe we'll do a little piece of this. I think this might have been, is this what I put on the front? Oh, it's a similar one, but wider. There we go. Cuteness. Okay, it's funny how just a little bit of washi tape or something can make all the difference. Now, I just stuck a whole bunch. I was sorting. Look, I remembered. It's like an old vintage camera, and it was from Pink Monarch kit that I was working with recently, but I went through and put a bunch of my fussy cuts that I've cut out but not used yet in that doodad folder in my larger one. So yay, yay, yay. And if you're looking for the video on how to make one of those, I did create a playlist just for it to make it easier for you to find if you go to my channel. Okay, Sparkling Photography Wizard. Should we put it on the front? Cover up the pretty flowers? I think we will. Why not? She'll get a kick out of it. I may even mail it to her. She's the one that's in New York. Not make her wait for her stocking at Christmas. Okay. Now I can leave these plain, but you know me, I don't like to leave things plain. So we're going to use some of these that are, I think I just need 2, that are a little smaller, and they were printed on the edge, you know, of where the larger cards are. So each page has 2 smaller blank, you know, with just the flowers, and then there's some pages with larger cards without words and flowers. Okay, so you'll just have to go look. I tried to make it versatile so that, you know, if you've used the affirmations, but you just want some pretty journaling cards, both are in the kit. And even when you're working with the affirmations, again, you may have your own things you want to add to it. All right, so I'm just going to glue these down. Go there. I am going to, I'm just looking at my choices, and I've got this all, I haven't been putting them in correctly. You guys are probably like, Pam, they're gonna fall over in a second if you're not careful. And that's exactly what happens every time. Okay. But I've tried different organizers and all of that, and when I get washi that comes in its own little box, I just keep it there now. I found that does work the best for me. Now for my washi that don't come in boxes or something, I use like the plastic organizers that you can like put like your embroidery floss and little crafts and things like that. I'm sure watching me sit here and try to make these stay where they're supposed to, I'm probably missing 1 or 2. Okay. What do I want to put along the edge of that one? I'm going to go here. I just used some of this, but that's okay. I like the kind of peachy background. There we go. Isn't that pretty? And then I think on this one, there's a super skinny washi in there that has some like music notes and stuff on it. And Sarah also really likes music. So I think I'm going to put a little piece of that on there. Little super skinny. There we go. Fun. Just so they have a little extra. And then, should I date this one? I think I'm not going to. I'm going to wait and then maybe date it closer to when I'm going to give it to her, or once I decide about that. Okay? All right. So just a very, very simple flip book that you can make out of any paper, cardstock, scrapbook paper. Just cut your pieces to the size you want. I love how they turned out. And sometimes you just need a simple project. You need something to have fun. So if you play, please use that hashtag weekly library card and feel free to tag me so I can see your creations. I appreciate you joining me. Have a great day, everybody.